And then you would do something like this where you bring the energy back into your hands, this time maybe a little less aggressively. And depending on who you are and what you're doing, you're going to sweep your aura, right? So, but it depends on what you're what you're doing at the moment. So, um, for example, if you are waking up for the day and you're doing this stuff early in the day, and you've been like connected to the astral plane, right? Um, you're going to start where you're most connected and you'll work your way. So if you've been in the astral plane, you'll start, by, generating that energy, and you'll clear, just waving your hands through and send some love and energy into your soul star chakra, right? And then you'll align that, right? This is the intention here. We're going to align that with our crown chakra. We're going to align that with our third eye. And our throat. Our heart. Solar plexus. Sacral. Root chakra you could do in front of you, like in front of your groin area. You could also just like go back under your butt and your tailbone, whatever you're more comfortable with. You can do both. Then you're going to do your star, which is under your feet, and it, depending on how you're sitting or whatever, you can just do under 1 foot at a time. If you're in a position to wave under both feet at the same time, great. Right, so you've connected everything. So that's if you've been in the astral. If you've been walking around all day, you're going to start, and you'll go feet to crown, right, with that kind of stuff. So after you've done those things where you're like, okay, this is where I'm starting, and I'm aligning everything, then you just are going to basically, it's already connected here, right? So you're just going to love a little bit on the outside of that area. So around the soul star, it's almost going to be like you're drawing your aura on. You're loving in your auric space, you're drawing it on, right? So you're just going through where your soul star is, right? You don't really have to, you're not going to touch a lot of your chakras because you're going at your energy body. You can go down the sides first, or down the front first, or the back, whatever feels best to you. Okay. Then you start again. Just love on your aura. These things right here, they're sending constant love. Just don't forget that. That's their purpose. You're loving your whole energy body, your subtle body. Ooh, see here, for me, it feels really good. I'm trapped. I'm trapped by where I'm sitting. I'm trapped. And then finally you do it, whatever, like, part you haven't done the whole thing, I know the back's a little harder, but you just do the best you can. And then if any of those places, as you're working on that, just with hands, because eventually, like, we'll move on, and we'll use stones, right? We'll use colored paper, we'll use different things to see what works for people. But as you move through those, if you hit one that brings a wellspring of emotion, like if you hit one that brings tears, you stay there. You stay there and don't be afraid of those tears. Just let them flow until there aren't anymore. You might even comment on them. You might say, this is a strong emotion I am feeling. It is feeling most like sorrow, or it is feeling most like gratitude, or it is feeling like most like unresolved anger, or it is feeling like a mix of these things, right? I am so grateful that this is happening. This means that I am connected more than I thought I was connected. This means that these energies are flowing in me more than I thought they were flowing in me. This wellspring of tears that's coming out of my eyes means I am already getting cleansed from certain parts of myself, and things are opening up and clearing out. So this is a wonderful, amazing gift. The same thing if you feel overwhelming, like fear. You say things like, I feel very fearful right now. I feel like it has something to do with this energy or this area of my body. So I'm going to stay here and love this area of my body much more. I love you, area of my body. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm pretty sure what's happening right now is I'm being blessed with healing. And a lot of the fear from the trauma that this part of my body tends to hold is starting to leave. I may experience some of that fear as it leaves, but I'm so excited to see it go. And I'm going to thank it too. I'm going to say, thank you, fear. You served a really strong purpose in my life, whatever it was. You kept me safe at times I wouldn't have been safe if I hadn't been smart enough to be fearful. You kept me hidden at times it was most important to be hidden. You know, but I am in a better place now. I'm in a stronger place now. And I'm so grateful for all of the service you've done for me. And I'm going to release you into the world now so that you can go and you can get your own self taken care of. You're an energy being now too. You're my fear. You deserve to go out into the world to the beings and angels that love, and have them love on you and make you feel amazing. And I thank you for your service, but please do continue to go. I am feeling afraid. I am feeling afraid, but there's nothing wrong with it. It is a feeling. It is probably leaving my body as I'm accepting healing. There's nothing wrong with feeling afraid, or I'm angry. I am in fucking rage. That is okay though. There's probably a lot of anger in my life that I have not been willing to acknowledge or accept. There's been probably a lot of injustice that I just tried to move straight on past because I knew I had to just keep going in my life. And that's okay. That's the sign of somebody that wants to just keep moving in life. However, that stuff still builds up and stays with you. It stays with you, whether you like it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you keep moving or not, it stays there. So this rage needs to go somewhere now. Rage, I'm sorry that I couldn't let you out sometimes because I was trying to be acceptable in society. You have so many righteous reasons to exist. So many things happen that should make you angry because things happen to this being right here, this being of God that is so beloved. Some things happen that shouldn't have happened, and I understand why you're pissed off. I'm pissed off too still. But I am willing to start releasing, and the fact that I'm feeling so enraged right now means that you're active and you're getting ready to flow from me. So thank you, Rage. Thank you. You probably kept me safe in some way or made me feel safe, even if it maybe wasn't always the right choice for me. You served a really strong purpose or you wouldn't still be here. So I'm really, really grateful for you. But it's time for you to go. Go find your own version of the light, Rage, and get healed up. And thank you so much for your service. I appreciate it. I'm sure there's more of your family in there, and I'll meet them soon. But thank you, I love you, and thank you. Please go now. It's okay for me to feel this angry. I have years of anger pent up inside of me. I'm excited that it's leaving, so it's okay to feel this angry. So, as you move through those feelings, don't just get tense and stop the process and think, oh, something's wrong. I've done something wrong because I'm feeling fear. Nope, you probably did something right because it's being released from your experience. And just like it had to go in, it has to go out. And especially if you're relaxing and trying to heal at a certain pace, you might have a lot more going out at one time than you had coming in at one time. Maybe it took a while to build up, but you're having a burst of it as you're looking for healing or trying to work on it and focus it yourself. And it's okay. It's okay to feel angry or afraid or brokenhearted or feel absolutely joyful. Just be like covered and drowning in joyful tears and gratitude too. That because it's going to be some feelings that are what we perceive as negative. There are no real positive or negative feelings. It's our response to them that's positive or negative. But so some of the feelings that we're uncomfortable with in society might be leaving, and that overwhelming joy and gratitude is knowing that you love yourself enough now to be working on this, that your angels love you enough to be working with you, that God loves you enough to be working with you, and what an honor that is, and what a relief you're getting from alleviating these things. And there's so much that anybody, even really young people, can build up in these areas over time, especially if they've never been maintenance. Some people, not everybody, but some people experience huge benefits in their physical health after a while. Sometimes there is something like a Herxheimer reaction, though, as the work is happening. Like you may feel sort of sick in certain ways in certain days if you're in an intense phase of trying to do this type of healing for yourself. And if it's not something that's like doctor scary, just try and take good care of yourself that day. Might be a day to lay off that type of work other than to say, angels, please continue to gently heal me, please and thank you. And then take that day to really care for yourself. Make sure you're drinking your fluids. Make sure that you're eating well, or at least pleasurably. If you can't eat well, at least enjoy what you're eating. Make sure that you're trying to remember to sleep and take care of yourself in the best ways that you can. Everybody has special ways too that are different from other people. Some people need to read. Some people need to go outside and walk around and get some sunshine. Some people need to never see the sun and only go out when the moon is out. Some people need to write, read, paint, sing. Some people need to masturbate. None of that stuff is wrong. Like that's just a way to love on yourself and also experience certain energies and release certain energies. They're all the same thing, just like in a different package. Okay, so the guides are saying, we're probably going to split this up since there were long pauses between each chakra. But anybody that comes and participates in this in the future, thank you so much. They love you. They're sending you so much love. And they're saying, we'll look at other chakras other days, but they ran a consensus of like the 4 or 5 people that were here as well. Yep, they're telling me as well as, the handful of people that will watch this subsequently. And these were the most prominent needs at the time. And also they're advising me now too that when I mark them, I just need to mark them by chakra. And so somebody looking for